Boom! Welcome to Fight Hits MMA. It's me, Miss Nikki. Come on now. Y'all know. Y'all know. Y'all know what it is. Yes. Got on another shirt. And it don't say Fight Hits MMA. Zach Shark Attack Calmus. This is his newest shirt. Yeah. Yeah, stop playing. Miss Nikki got this back in July. Stop playing. Yeah. I told y'all that Miss Nikki was up there in New York. And the same weekend, Zach and his longtime fiance got married. Watched Miss Nikki be honored by the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame. Fight Hits MMA. Yes, I'm show y'all this one more time. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, baby. You want to be known or do you want to be remembered? That's the question. Before I even go anywhere, let me congratulate my dude, Mr. Captain Deadpool, Jared Warren, on his huge win over there in the UK this past weekend. Yeah, they wasn't expecting that. And let me just say this. That young man had a very familiar look, the hometown kid. He had a very familiar look walking down that catwalk. Yeah, so with that being said, let's go. But yeah, a lot of things going on. I want to start in the boxing world because there's been a lot going on over there. There was a card last night, I believe, the Benavides card. Oh, when y'all lose, man, us as media, us as the watching public can be so horrible to the losing fighter. Like, some of y'all are saying that Canelo needs to fight Benavides. The rest of y'all saying he ain't gonna fight him. Yo, sometimes when you get to see what somebody else does to somebody else, it might change your mind. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Canelo will pop up. Maybe he will take the fight. Maybe he'll, I don't know. Will they be able to lure him? Don't know. We're going to see. So, the one thing that caught my attention today was Devin Haney and Regis Progress. Is that how you pronounce the young man's last name? Oliver Aubin Mercier retires from MMA after winning PFL lightweight title. I don't have it anymore. Much respect to that young man. Much respect. He went out on this shield. He said, let me get this, but let me hold that right quick. He said, I'm good. At least he went out on top. At least he made a choice to go out on top instead of trying to fight and be knocked out and be done in the worst kind of way, probably in the worst time of his career, and then go out on that. Nobody wants to go out on that. So, congratulations, Mr. Mercier, on your lightweight title and your retirement. Congratulations. Yeah, so I thought the conversation between the two young men, Mr. Haney and Mr. Progress, was very, very interesting and very entertaining. It entertained me. That's what I'll say. It entertained me. Yeah. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see.
Against a nigga nobody ever heard of.
That's
You're
good.
34. I'm 24.
And we in the same position, dickhead.
On December 9th, live on DAZN pay-per-view, the best will take on the best when Devin Haney, the undefeated, former undisputed 135-pound title holder, will challenge Regis Prograis, the WBC 140-pound champion, and the man that many believe is the #1 fighter in the junior welterweight division. That happens in December. Right now, they face off.
Hold on. Oh, shout out to Matchroom Boxing. Shout out Matchroom Boxing. Miss Nikki is going to look at your video right quick. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see. Let us see what is being said.
Devin, your first fight at 140 pounds, and you are walking straight into the lion's den against this man. Why was this fight the right one for you?
I mean, I feel like arguably he's the best at 140, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in the world. So why not go at the best in the division on my first fight there? That I take the throne when I'm victorious.
Regis, you said this week that you were surprised that Devin Haney took this fight. Why?
Because I feel like I'm the best. You know, you take a warm-up first, right? See what you can do at 40 first. But he come and step to the, you know what I'm saying, the best. So kind of surprised about it. I'm surprised, but I'm not. Because, like I said, because of the, you know, Bill was at the last one. So they saw that and they was like, all right, maybe we can do something. But
I called you out before that, though. He went to the fight because we knew that we wanted to fight you.
Cool. All right.
Do you think he knows what he's getting into in a fight?
No, he don't know what he's getting into. Absolutely. No. Hell no, you don't know what you're getting into. Absolutely not, bro. Nah, you don't. Not, bro. You not, bro. I'm telling you, you not. I'm honestly, brother, I'm scared to look in your eyes because I'm going to hurt you.
You're not going to do shit.
I'm going to hurt you,
You're
bro.
a one-trick pony. You can't do nothing.
I'm glad you said that.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I'm glad you
know,
because
you know.
Keep thinking that.
Because you know.
Keep thinking I'm a one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
Keep thinking that.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to take it away from you.
Show
After that, you ain't going to be able to do nothing.
You going to see. You going to see.
You going to see.
You going to see. Bro, I'm going to, you a kid, bro.
You going to tell me I'm a hell of a fighter and all this.
I'm not going to say hell of a, I'm going to hurt you, bro. I'm telling you. I'm gonna hurt you, dog. I'm gonna hurt.
You ain't hurt the last name.
Kid, bro.
You ain't hurt the last name.
That's true.
I know.
I'm gonna hurt you though.
I know. It's levels. I'm a total different level than him.
Why do you think he's a one-trick pony? Why do you say that?
In his fights, you do the same thing over and over. And when that shit don't work,
he said, I am going to take it from you. Yo, if there's not any steam behind this fight, it probably will be by the time this fight happens, in 2 weeks. This is going to be fantastic for an end of the year fight. I don't know. A lot of people like Devin Haney. A lot of people like Mr. Progress. is what Devin's saying true, that he has no footwork, he has no skills? I mean, it can't all be true because he's the champion in that division, holding a certain belt. So, but then if Devin doesn't win, nobody will really count it. It'll be on his record, but they won't really count it because it wasn't in his said weight class. So who really benefits the most from this? I don't know, because it's hard for y'all to be the taskmaster of two divisions usually. Like, you got to choose one or the other. So I guess we will see December 9th. I just thought that was a very entertaining conversation between the two. Go to matchroomboxing.com on YouTube. You can see the rest of the video there. But yeah, I just wanted to play a little bit of that because there is smoke between those two men. I don't even have enough information to talk about last night's card, but looks like somebody else stepped up a weight class and got smashed in the main event. Mr. Andrade came up and got his behind handed to him by the man in charge. That is the sad tale of the BKFC December 2nd card main event for the King of Violence belt. Mr. Alvarez has called out Mr. Perry. And in my last video, I was not really acutely aware of that he called him out. Like, oh, God damn, have you not seen the history of call-outs at BKFC? How well it has gone and how well it hasn't gone for said stage. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. So even for that whole card, I was kind of like a little bit, I feel bamboozled a little bit because I was promised a stack card. We were promised a stack card and all these great fights, and not in my book. Yeah, the top of the card is pretty good, but the bottom part of the card, it's like, what in the world? What happened? So for me, when they say stack card, I'm looking for there to be a plethora of, okay, Rick Coleman, I'll tell you in a minute, baby. What's up, Rick? William Host Call. Hi, baby. How are you? I was looking for a plethora of my return fighters to be on there. Some of them need to make redemptions. Just some fights should be made that could have been on the bottom part of this card, which would have filled it up with a bunch of people that we do know are willing to spend that money to watch. And see if some people could maybe get some redemption or even move further ahead in their division. We have plenty of fighters that wanted to fight on that card. Everybody I know would have fought on that card. That came with one arm and one leg and still fought. So, yeah, when I started to go down the list of fighters and fight records and even their own stats, like, make it make sense. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to catch up. I'm not sure, but there is a disparity with some of this shit that is getting ready to be put in front of us. So Eddie Alvarez is coming up from the 155 division to fight Mike Perry for the King of Violence belt that they then just made up, and Mike Perry mostly. And like I said, if Alvarez, he did say he called him out. So since he did, what does he have planned for Mike Perry? We already know what to expect from Mike Perry. We know just about what kind of fight we're going to see with him. But what is Mr. Alvarez going to bring to the table that could maybe make Mike Perry take a step backwards? Anything that could hurt him? He's going to have like 4 punch combinations on this dude. He's going to have to line up like 4 punches. He's going to have to line up 4 punch combinations because at this point, yeah, it's not going to be good. And he's going to have to stay out of a range of where he can get knocked down, because after 2 knockdowns, like, unless you come back immediately and get those right back, the fight is just what do you fight for anymore? Because at this point, unless you knock him out, unless you get the knockdowns back, or you knock him out after he gets the knockdowns, there's no fight to be won. I don't know. I look at it as Mr. Perry has the range and the power, and he has the push around advantage. Like, he should be able to push Mr. Alvarez around as much as he wants to get him to be where he wants him to be. And then that's not even his plan. His plan is to just come in and beat him up. So the King of Violence belt is on the line. It's a one and done. Another thing, like, God, jeez, why? Like, everybody doesn't get offered the King of Violence belt, so I don't know. Like, that kind of thing just disrupts the upsets the apple cart a little bit for me. I think for Mr. Alvarez, he will need to be first and quick, in and out, land some flush body shots. Cannot stand and trade with Mr. Perry. And he needs to keep his head completely off the center line, period. He need to be like a squirrel running from a pit bull in that squared ring. So we're going to see what the end of that is going to be. I know what it looks like on paper and what maybe history should say it should look like. Just never know. It just depends on who shows up on December 2nd. So congratulations on your King of Violence fight, gentlemen. King of Violence belt. And good luck in that fight to both of you. Then, yeah, and as I go down, like, it just, my disappointment just gets. So, so this is why I'm saying make it make sense to me. Why is it that Mick Terrell and Arnold Boombaye Adams are fighting for the heavyweight championship belt, but they're 1, 2, 3 fights under the co-main event? And then y'all take Mr. Rothwell, who is 2-0, and face him against somebody who is naturally a 205er and is debuting at BKFC in the co-main event. I may not be the smartest bird in the tree, but make that make sense to me. So, with that being said, that looks a little funny to me too, because Mr. Duffy, at least his last fight he fought at 205, these are the stats that I got directly from the app. And Mr. Rothwell, his last fight, he came in at 265. I want to see real freaking fights. I want to see people that are in the weight class that they're in. Not because they have this amount of social media following. This amount. Like, damn, y'all asking people to pay for this. Y'all are literally charging people to see this, including me. So Todd Duffy is debuting at BKFC, and Ben Rothwell is 2-0. Once again, 265 versus a natural or person that's been fighting at 205 in a heavyweight fight. Then underneath that co-main event is the feature fight, which is going to be the title fight between Christine and Beck Rawlings again. Like in my last video, I addressed a lot of this, but I didn't have their stats to incorporate into my thought process in my last live I did. So this is me incorporating those stats into. So Christine is going into this fight 7-1, and Beck is going into the fight 3-2. If I know anything, Christine is about to even out that fight record for her. Yeah, it's about to be 3-3. Her bare knuckle fight record, at least. Not super excited to see the replay. I mean, the only reason why it's even interesting is because Christine gets to fight again. And like, we don't even get to see her talk her stuff. We don't even get to see her promote the fight like she usually would, because she doesn't get that feedback. It's no fun arguing with yourself. So with that being said, we don't even get all of what we should be able to get from her, because apparently some people get special treatment and don't have to do what they don't want to do. Under that fight. Now, this is the fight, Rick Coleman. This is the reason. No, this is reason number. Well, the way the card is laid out, this fight and the fight underneath it is the two reasons why I'm really, really watching this card. Howard Davis fighting Kai Stewart for that featherweight title. Now, let's revisit this just a little bit, because Howard Davis was the number one bare knuckle contender in that 145 division. You know how I know? Because he told me. And that was at, I I believe that was at 20, BKFC 20. So a little bit of time has lapsed since then. But what happened was BKFC asked him to fight up a weight class, and he ended up with an injury. And so they snuck Kai Stewart into that number one position and gave him the first lick at that featherweight belt. Y'all terrible. BKFC, y'all be doing some terrible things to these fighters sometimes. I don't even know what else to say. It's the damn truth. Because now what's getting ready to happen, and if it falls out any other way than what I believe it will, y'all get ready to get Kai smashed on December 2nd. He is going to get hurt. Howard is going to do his best to hurt Kai. Kai only did what he was asked to. So that's a fight that if I was going to bet, I would be definitely betting everything on Howard Davis. And win, lose, or draw, every day past that, in this particular fight, I take Howard. So there you go. Kai Stewart is the champ. Howard Davis plans on changing that. And that featherweight division is actually stacking up. It's getting some good fighters from everywhere, not just here in the United States, over in England, over in now we got the Bulgaria fighters, everybody that met in Bulgaria to fight for BKFC. That was an awesome card. I really liked and enjoyed that card. Miss Nikki really enjoyed that card. I absolutely did. So I had a good time watching that card. So fight number 2, that is Miss Nikki's pick of the night, would be Arnold Adams versus Mick Terrell. This is part 2 between those two. Normally, just as I say with a lot of them, with a lot of y'all's fights, depending on how it ended the first time, like I don't really feel no need to really see it a second time. So this is, again, another one of those type of fights where AJ apparently stopped Mick Terrell in their first outing against each other. And look, they can say whatever they want. It was COVID and he came over and he was fighting COVID, all this, that, and all the other. Look, for me, I am a purist. I don't have no, look, once you walk that catwalk and you step into that squared ring, all bets are off. You got to show up. You got to put up or shut up, period. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing at that point. Like, it's time to fight. And either you have it or you don't. So, yeah, it was a pretty messy situation the first time Mick Terrell came over here. So this time we shouldn't have no residual fallout from his travel. The world is at this point as healthy as it can be. We are no longer on the restrictions for COVID, and COVID is not as strong in the community as it once was. So it won't be an issue going into this fight for Mr. Terrell. But let's unpack this just a little bit. So probably one of the only losses Mr. Terrell has is due to AJ. And several things about Arnold Adams. First of all, he's on this poster right here behind me above my head. He's on this poster, and he is the last of the Mohegans. from this poster to be fighting for BKFC at this point, because as of October 20th, due to his stoppage by Mr. Keith Richardson, that knocked my team and my guy, Reggie Barnett Jr., out of the running. So Arnold is the last of the Mohegans from that very first card. Where you at on here, Arnold? There he is. There's Arnold, right there. So he's one of the original fighters at BKFC. This will be his third time going for that belt. Every time he's went for it, he has gotten it. Now, how long he held on to it after he got it? So with that being said, if he is able to have a repeat performance, an even better performance, I would say he would have to have a better performance than he did the first time with Mick Terrell, because Mr. Terrell will be healthy this time. He'll have his weight, he'll have his strength. He's going to need to pull it all out. There's no plan with this fight, because this will definitely solidify him again as one of the best heavyweights in the world, bare knuckle, anything, boxing, all of the above. You understand what I'm saying? Simply because he will have done something that nobody in the history of anything, he will be then got this belt 3 times. If he beats Mick on December 2nd, he will have obtained that bare knuckle fighting championship belt 3 times. Never in the history of any ism has that been done. So that is really the fight on this card to watch. That's the fight. So we're going to see. And Mick will be probably the bigger fighter. I think he'll just, I don't know. AJ looked a little thick in the picture he put out the other day. And it said something about just getting off his laziness or something. I don't know. But AJ he has his own way of playing his mind games with his opponents. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we'll see at weigh-ins what everybody looks like. And then whatever they look like at weigh-ins, a lot of them you can add 10 pounds, because that's what they're allotted after their official weigh-ins to go up. After they officially weigh in and they're good and checked in, then they are allotted a 10-pound uppage between weigh-ins and walkout time. So that's why I always say the discrepancies in these fights will be weight for me most times, because sometimes even when I see a height discrepancy, some of y'all are able to not let it be an issue. So it's always the weight that I pay the closest attention to. And when I have time and energy, your training is something that I like to look into, see who you're training with, see what you're doing, see how often you train, those type of things, because it all takes effect fight night. It all takes effect fight night. Very few of you can come off can just get off the couch and win a fight, even if you are extremely familiar. That muscle memory, your conditioning, everything plays a role in your performance. So that's why I say when you guys take fights on short notice, look, either you stay ready so you don't have to get ready, and then when they call you, you are ready to fight, and your conditioning is good, your weight is good, everything is where it should be. Then you can give the best performance that you can. But a lot of y'all sit y'all behinds on the couch, lay in the bed, whatever y'all be doing, I don't know. But y'all will wear Nate Shook out about a fight. And then he'll get you one, and maybe just a few days notice, a week notice, 2 weeks notice. But then y'all ass has been so busy keyboard warrior, you ain't even been training. And then you go up there and have a bad performance and wonder why it take him a year or two to circle back to you. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best advice, Miss Nikki, as a observer of what you do. That's the best advice I have for you. Because I've seen any way y'all can come into a fight, I have seen y'all do it. Overweight, underweight, sick from trying to make weight. I didn't see y'all in all positions. So let's go. But like I said, Arnold Adams and Mick Terrell, heavyweight champion, BKFC belt on the line. It is vacant because Mr. Belcher obviously did not want to face Arnold Adams again and got stripped of the belt, walked away from the belt. However, the story fell out, he is no longer that champion at BKFC. He's no longer the BKFC heavyweight champion. He is now fighting at Game Bread, Bare Knuckle MMA. And let me speak on that a little bit. Some people was crying about that win he got, but look, so as a person who has been watching MMA on the TV since the very first UFC card, you see what I'm saying? I've seen a lot. I've watched a lot of fights. Look, I think maybe I'm old school when it comes to the pointage system. And from what you guys as my fighters and my coaches teach me, he won the fight. It may not have been in the style of which y'all thought it should have been, but even with his opponent on top of him, he controlled that position. He controlled the position, and he beat the brakes off of him from that bottom position. Hit him with elbows, punched him, everything he could hit him with, he did. So old boy didn't do nothing but lay on top of him. Roy Nelson, I couldn't think of his name. So Mr. Nelson did a lot of laying on top of Mr. Belcher, and it did not fare well for him because he came out pretty jacked up. Yeah, just from the strikes that he got from that bottom position from Mr. Belcher. So, yeah, I wasn't surprised that he won the fight. I watched it. And once I seen what was going on, once I seen how he was handling it, I already knew who the win was going to go to. At least in my mind, I knew who the win should go to. Because even though Mr. Nelson initiated the takedowns, he got the takedowns, he was in the top position, he did absolutely nothing in that position. The most he did was push his way to the cage to try to use the cage as leverage. And that did not work well for him either. So if y'all crying about Belcher getting that win over at Game Bread, stop. Don't let it go. Let it go. But back to BKFC. Yeah, so that heavyweight divisional belt is vacant in this moment, and it will not be come December 2nd after Mick Terrell and Arnold AJ Adams fight for it. 2 men go in, one comes out victorious. We shall see how that goes. And like I said, if Mick Terrell can manhandle AJ in this fight and get that belt, he will have stopped one of bare knuckle history's biggest moments from happening for AJ. And it may just retire AJ. It may just retire him. I don't know. How many times can you fight from the bottom up? How many times can you fight from the bottom? This is third time fighting from the bottom up. Started on the first card. Cheyenne, Wyoming. How many times can you fight from the bottom up? Let's go. Then under that fight, this is where the card really gets to be a mess for me. Who am I, though? Jeremy Stevens versus Mr. Rivera. Now, Jeremy is coming over from the UFC. He's making his debut. Mr. Rivera is 1-0, so somebody's might go. I don't know, because a lot of time I have seen a lot of fights, bare knuckle MMA and boxing, and there has not been a sport more prevalent that y'all have showed me once y'all got in there that maybe it was a mistake more than bare knuckle. More than bare knuckle. There's no other sport more than bare knuckle that I have seen that happen to you guys and watched it happen and felt bad because it was happening and couldn't stop it. So I don't know what effects this is going to have on Mr. Stevens, being that this is his first fight. So, and now we're going to see what Mr. Rivera does. We're going to have to see, y'all. This is at 155 pounds. So they're making it for the advantage of Mr. Stevens simply because their statistics say apparently in his last fight, Mr. Rivera fought at 145 pounds, because it say 146 pounds right here. I put a question mark by every weight that I collected off of the stats from them because I wanted to make sense. I need to know what I'm looking at when I look at it and why it looks that way. So that's why I make a point to talk about the weights. I need to know why I'm looking at what I'm looking at, whether I think it's ridiculous in that moment or like, damn, somebody's really putting the paws down, you know. Whatever my decision is in that moment as I'm watching it, I need to understand why it looks that way. Then we're going to go to, this was the most even thing that I seen as far as the stats. Mr. Moa is making his debut, and Mr. Bercier is making his debut at BKFC. Now, I don't know. I did not even go look up anybody to see where they coming from, whether it's boxing, MMA, kickboxing, whatever. I have not even looked up those stats because at this point, I don't care because they're debuters. And not that I don't care about y'all debuters, but I don't care until you show me that you're even going to return. That's where I have to go with that. Until y'all show me that y'all are even going to return to fight that debut fight, no matter how spectacular you looked in it or how terrible you looked in it. Unless you're returning, I'm not going to give it a whole lot of credence. That's where I'm at with it. So now you got two 205ers fighting at heavyweight. Now, I'm not really sure in this moment, and I'm pretty sure somebody will let me know. And even if I probably did my own research, I would find out what is the number where, and I know this number, I just don't know if the number I'm thinking is correct, which is like 234 or something like that. Or is it 206 and up? Is it 206 and up that makes you a heavyweight, or is it 225 and up that makes you a heavyweight? I don't know. But these two are listed at being 205ers. Don't know where they come from, don't know where they're hailing from with their previous fight experience, but we shall find out fight night. Moving on down. This is going to be the first fight on the main card. Mr. Jones making his debut against Mr. Lozano, who is 1-2. He has 1 win, 2 losses. Mr. Jones fights at 155 pounds, and Mr. Lozano fights at 175 pounds. So there's a 25-pound discrepancy there to begin with. They're fighting at light heavyweight. You say, Miss Nikki, what is the poundage on that? I don't know. Because I don't think they do. So that's going to be the first fight on the main card. Like I'm telling y'all, y'all are really seeing my level of how I feel about that. I really feel bamboozled because I feel like a lot of my other fighters that has built their following, that has came and fought some tough fights, who would be welcomed back by the viewing fan base and the fighter fan base as returns on the bottom of this card. You know, just I don't know. I just feel fucking cheated. So for the prelims, we got a welterweight fight, a lightweight fight, and a cruiserweight fight. You have kicking off this card will be Mr. Bradshaw and Mr. Dennison. Both of them are debut bare knuckle fighters. They are going to be fighting at 165, which is the welterweight division. I don't know. What? I have nothing for y'all as far as those two go. I don't know them. Never seen them before. But what I will say is, in my mind, that fight sets the pace and the tone for the rest of the fight card. So hopefully we'll be getting two about that life debut fighters, and we'll get a good first fight. Whether it ends in a knockout, doctor stoppage, I don't care, as long as whatever exchange they have is a really good one. Good luck, guys. Then the second prelim fight is Mr. Schultz debuting against Mr. Hilton. They'll be fighting at 155. Again, have nothing for y'all. Not that excited because I need to know whether you're going to return to fight or not. So, yeah. Then the last prelim fight is Vandermeer versus Rodriguez. They're going to fight at 205 pounds. Now, that's the cruiserweight division. So why do we have two cruiserweights fighting in the heavyweight division on this card? Make it make sense. That's why I said I need to know so I can know why the crap looks like crap when it's looking like crap. And it's always inevitably up to you, ladies and gentlemen, as the fighters, to change the minds of the viewers. So with that being said, you can't really be that upset if you don't have a lot of hubbub about your name, because like unless somebody runs in your circle, we don't know you, baby. We don't know you. So we got to wait and see what we're going to get from you. And a lot of times, a lot of times, oh my God. More often than not, y'all end up being ringers. So, yeah, I was excited about this card. Like I said, the two fights that mean the most to me on this card are Arnold Adams and Mick Terrell, and Howard Davis and Kai Stewart. Those two fights mean the most to me on this card. The rest of it will just be to keep my attention until those two fight. And Christine and Beck's fight ought to be good because it's a female fight. You know, the females just always put on a great show. But I again digress because I don't see that fight going any differently than the first fight. Christine has already felt Beck's power. Beck has definitely felt Christine's power. And I'm telling you, Beck has, I don't know what's new she could do. She might want to go to that high guard again, fucking with Christine. She might want to go there again because, yo, them tiny paws. She put them chops on her ass last time. She really did. I am shocked and surprised that she's even fighting her again. I really am. So, yeah, this is a money grab for both girls. Get y'all money, girls. Get y'all money. But speaking on that, Helen Peralta, the only person that has ever given Christine Ferreira a loss on her bare knuckle record, has just signed with BYB. So, yeah. And in that fight with Christine, it was some bombs dropped on both ends. But even though they both got a knockdown on each other after watching that fight just today again, yo, I don't know. I was like, did she technically take that belt? I mean, they both gave each other an 8 count. They both each had 1 8 count. But I was looking at that fight today, and I believe Christine landed more punches in that fight, even after the knockdown. Jeez, can't go back in history and change it. So it is what it is. She's the only person that was able to come in. I think what it was for the judges in that moment was that Helen kept Christine on the back foot. Not that she was beating Christine up any worse than that knockdown. I think it was just that Christine opted to go backwards in the fight, which cost her maybe a point or two or a look or two from the judges. And that's why Helen got the win. I'm saying it out loud. Anybody to say I'm wrong? Prove it. Yeah, so that's our card for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship December 2nd. I thought we was gonna get a whole bunch of names that we knew. I thought we was gonna get some of our fantastical fighters up there that we just love to see fight, and maybe some ones we ain't seen in a while. It'd have been nice for Jim Allers to make a little special appearance. I would have loved to see the Beast come back. You know, it would have been it would have been awesome. It's a whole bunch of names that I could say, but I won't. But I just need y'all to know that I am not the happiest about this. I really do feel, especially after going through the stats, going through the fights, it just for a big card like this, the way y'all made it seem like it's stacked with a bunch of great fights, it's going to be up to these debuting fighters to really put forth what y'all have made us believe. So I hope that every single fighter is prepared to do that. I'm irritated about it almost. So there you have that. Yeah, I've been sad about this for 2 days. I went through this the other day and was writing down the information that I'm thinking once I go, as I'm going down the card, I'm thinking like, I want to see names pop up that I haven't seen in a while. And we're going to have some good fights, some return fights, maybe some get back fights, anything. I was not planning. That was not my objective, to watch a bunch of new fighters for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is you. But we get what we pay for. So I don't know what to tell y'all. Nate Shook is one of the most loved and hated damn matchmakers in combat sports right now. Y'all love him and then y'all hate him. Y'all love him when he get y'all a fight, but y'all hate him because he oh God, that's a whole nother freaking video. Never mind. I'm sorry I ever brought it up. So yeah, there y'all have that. There's a lot of y'all that I believe, and so that's where this is what I want to know. Where is Christine within her contract for BKFC? Is this her third fight on a 3-fight contract? Is she going fight by fight with the contracts? I don't know, but this is an idea that Miss Nikki had in her mind. Since Helen is the only person that ever gave her a loss in her bare knuckle career, how about Christine just go over there to BYB, meet Helen over there? They have a tournament. And see who comes out on top, the two on top, whether it's either or both of them, and see what happens at bare knuckle MMA. That's a whole nother fight, y'all. That includes takedowns, that includes elbows from the top, that includes spinning back kicks to your face, your head, and your body. All the great things that MMA offers, only in bare knuckle. What I will say is Miss Nikki is a little skittish about the bare knuckle MMA only because of the strikes that y'all receive in that bottom position when somebody is on top of you, raining down those kind of punches with a bare knuckle. Not really conducive to your future brain health for me. So, yeah, I don't know. But I think a lot of you guys and girls would do probably quite well over there at bare knuckle MMA. I really do. I think I'm going to see a fluctuation of you guys migrating over there. I expect to see it because a lot of you have some great MMA knowledge and are great, pretty decent MMA fighters, and y'all could really make some real runs for those belts over there. Yes, y'all can. All those weight divisions just as open as they want to be. And if you look at any of the fighters that have gone from BKFC to Game Bread, their asses haven't returned. So obviously Mr. Masvidal is doing some great things over there for the fighters. At least he makes them feel loved enough to not want to come back to BKFC. They even migrating over to BYB. That's where that Police Gazette belt. I keep telling y'all, stop playing. Stop playing. Do you want to be known or do you want to be remembered? Bare knuckle fighters. Bare knuckle fighters. Do you want to be known or do you want to be remembered? Stop playing. Go on over there to BYB and work that out in them divisions and see how many of y'all could possibly touch or even be in contention for that Police Gazette belt. This right here. I'm going to keep talking about it because I want to see y'all do it. It's just that simple. I just want to see y'all do it. Franchon Cruz is about to fight again. The last time she was out, she went over there to the UK, I believe, and lost all her belts in one setting. I would have to, and her fight, I believe, is next month sometime. It might be on the 9th too. I'm gonna have to really dig and see what's going on with her. Yeah. I really like her as a female boxer. I like everything about the young lady. I do. But I really wish she had not went over there with her belts. I wish she had not. If she was going to lose those belts, I wish she would have made them come here. At least she would have been at home. You know what I'm saying? But will she be able to regain those belts ever before she's done boxing? Who knows? That's a lot of gold to win, to lose at one time. Like, that's a lot to lose at once. And then I think the girl that took the belts is now going to fight MMA. She wants to, if I'm not mistaken, was it Savannah Marshall that took them belts from her? And now, did I not see something about her beating up hold on. Because I have got to figure this out. Too funny. But I'm trying to figure out, I think a well-known female boxer came over to MMA and completely made this girl from MMA look crazy. Like, beat her up in her own wheelhouse. How do you, that should not have happened? Not from her making a transition from boxing. That should not have went that way at all. Yeah, that should have not happened. I don't know whether it happened on. Let me check out past weekend Bellator fight. And PFL, they've been making some noise here lately. Like, what? Stop playing. Stop playing. Was it Derek Brunson that won the what was it, the light heavyweight title this past weekend over there at PFL? And I need y'all, as my bare knuckle fighters, to understand this. Nobody gave y'all anything. Nobody gives y'all anything. Y'all have built this bare knuckle lane yourself. No, y'all don't owe nobody no higher respects than y'all, because they coming over here where y'all dare to come and tread and open these doors. This is y'all's lane over here. Y'all are building this lane. So stop thinking or believing or letting anybody tell y'all that y'all owe MMA fighters or boxers homage. No, the hell y'all don't. Because they the same ones don't want to come meet y'all asses over here at Bare Knuckle. So whether you come from MMA, whether you come from boxing, y'all built this lane yourself. Nobody gave it to y'all. Nobody, no. Stop doing that. Take the credit that y'all have damn well earned, period. Anybody that says I'm wrong, prove it. I'll wait. I need y'all to have an understanding of who y'all are. And if I was y'all, I wouldn't even be worried about them. Those that dare not tread over here what y'all doing. I wouldn't even be concerned with them. Because they don't even want to meet y'all in a dark alley. So don't even be concerned with them. If they not over here doing what y'all doing, don't worry about it. Because it take all the skills that they have for y'all to be able to do what y'all do. So they not no better than y'all. They not. They just not. They may be in their perspective fields, but not. And that is no disrespect to anybody outside of bare knuckle that's in combat sports. But I need y'all getting undue freaking credit from my bare knuckle fighters. Y'all absolutely are. Y'all haven't made a damn thing. They did that. See this? One more again. Let me show you. First card. A mixture of boxers, MMA fighters, all of the alike. Kickboxers, all on this first freaking card. Some of them fought multiple denominations of combat sports. So, yeah. Y'all, no. Only the ones that have come over. Only the ones that have done it. Only the ones that have come and dared to get their teeth knocked out, get their ass knocked to the other side of their head, get their noses broken, get their ribs broken, break their hands. Those are the only ones that y'all owe any homage to. If they over there on the other side talking shit to y'all, let them stay over there. Just tell them, you know where the line in the sand is drawn, Bring your ass over here. You know what it is. Yeah. So that's why I say it is intentional for me to know certain things about y'all so I'll know what I'm looking at when I watch y'all fight. I need to know why you don't look as good as you should, or I like to know, oh, wow, camp was good for that person. Their cardio is good. Their cardio is good. Their foot movement is good. Their head movement is good. Their lateral movement is good. Them moving forward and backwards is good. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I told y'all a couple months ago that I literally hold y'all to a higher standard. I literally hold you guys to a higher standard simply because I've been here since day one. So all my new fighters, yeah, hold y'all to a higher standard because y'all have had enough time to watch, understand, figure out how this works. How this works. And just about every high level bare knuckle fighter I know got some kind of videos out there that shows y'all how to do different movements, their favorite movements, whatever. There's a lot of stuff out here that you guys can use for free. So I'm holding y'all to a higher standard at this point because they've given y'all enough. They've given y'all enough. They figured it out. Y'all are just kind of fine tuning the shit now. If y'all will be able to hold on to that. If y'all be able to do that. Yeah, I said it. I told y'all, feelings do not matter. Y'all feelings don't matter anymore to me. I'm calling it as I see it. Look, y'all cry about money. Y'all cry about not fighting. Y'all have all these different situations and issues that have to be attended to and all this other mess. Look, I expect the best from y'all. Yeah, I do. So with that being said, like, yeah, I'll wait. I will freaking wait. And trust me when I tell you, I pay this money to watch this December 2nd card. Y'all better blow that spot completely up. Y'all better blow that spot up. All y'all debut fighters, all y'all that's been given this optimum chance on the last card of the year. You know how many people wanted to fight on this card? And now we are completely stuck with a bunch of fighters we don't know. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just calling it as it is. Left us with nothing to talk about going into this card. How much talking can we do about Mr. Perry and Mr. Alvarez? Not a lot of people is probably excited about the repeat of Christine and Beck. The most exciting fights on this card will be Arnold Adams and Mick Terrell, Kai Stewart, and Howard Davis. Most two exciting fights on that card. Y'all gonna have to prove me wrong. I'm here for the shits. Prove me wrong, fighters. Prove me wrong. Make me watch this card and say, boom, damn, y'all, they showed up. Please. 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 Because guess what? If you don't, you'll be like, oh boy, Mr. from my last video said he ain't fought in 2 years. And I asked him why. He said, ask Nate. Then sometimes we have people that constantly lose, but because they put on a good show losing, they get invited back more often. So, and this also goes for the opening card of 2024 for BKFC. If you are given that opportunity to be on that card, if you are given the opportunity to be on any of the first few cards going into 2024, make freaking good use of it. Do you want to be known or do you want to be remembered? Y'all better use these opportunities to the best of y'all ability, because time after time, week after week, month after month, I stand by and watch y'all brutalize each other mentally and physically. Y'all better make use of this. So make sure that your fight game is as good as your talk game. That's what I will say. And most of the time, unless it has anything to do with your training or you preparing for your fight, I ain't listening to what you're saying. If it don't have nothing to do with that, what am I listening for? Because, see, I need to know what I'm going to be watching when I watch it. And even if you do have the greatest of camps and you don't win your fight, at least I know you gave it all. But don't be calling Nate. Don't be texting Nate. Don't be emailing Nate talking about, oh, I want to fight, but your ass ain't in the gym. You not preparing. Ugh. Stop it, y'all. Y'all have got to do y'all's part. Y'all have got to do y'all's part. So I'm looking forward to y'all doing y'all's part. I am. Nobody else will tell y'all, but I'll tell y'all as I don't no fucks to give. I ain't losing shit. I'll wake up with my 2 front teeth tomorrow. Unless I walk into something or fall down. But it won't be because somebody knocked them out. So, yeah. Like I said, there was some stuff that was going on. I'm going to have to just go back and do my research of what was going on in combat sports this weekend. Like I said, that kid that stepped up, Andres, to Mr. Benavidez. I hope he made a good purse for it. Because now that's what he's going to be remembered for. Taking his ass up there to that higher weight level and getting smashed on like he was in a Donkey Kong game. So it brings me back to that main event for the December 2nd card. There's a discrepancy in the weight classes at which these two men fight on a normal basis. It's not really a discrepancy about this King of Violence belt. Whatever. But neither one of them are fighting for a belt that historically people will care about. I mean, maybe if Mr. Perry wins this fight, he'll probably get a couple call outs in the future. Maybe he can make it a thing if he does win this fight. I keep telling y'all, when y'all fight or get under these multi-million-dollar contracts, something changes. And it's not that I don't think that he has the motivation, he doesn't want to win or anything like that, but will he continue to win? So yeah, that's a huge question for me. That is a huge question for me. And it will be absolutely, it is his only job at this point, Mr. Alvarez, to come in and change the minds of the masses. Because don't too many people, as much as they may love and respect him as a fighter, they don't give him the win in this fight with Mr. Perry. So it will be his only job to come and prove those who believe that completely wrong. He gonna have to prove Mike Perry's ass wrong. He called him out. He got to come up 2 weight classes. The only thing that will give him a positive going into the fight is maybe that he may be a little quicker on the draw than Mike Perry, but how many of those mini rabbit punches to different parts of his body, whether it's his head, his ribs, wherever in his body, will it take for him to take a step back or even look sideways at Mr. Alvarez and say, damn, should I be fighting him? Huh? How many of those is it going to really take? So I hope before he even called out Mike Perry that him and his team came up with a plan to come in and nullify the fight game of Mr. Perry. That's why I said, what does he have planned for Mr. Perry? And even in that moment, I was not cognitively aware that he had called Mike Perry out. I just figured it was a fight that they made because they were 2 big names and they would have a big draw for the walk-up crowd and for the online crowd. But no, that was not the case. Mr. Alvarez initiated this. So he gonna get what he get. Period. Whether it's a win or loss, he's gonna get what he's going to get. He initiated it. So there you have that. And that fight is still not as interesting to me as Howard Davis and Kai Stewart. That shit's going down. That is going down. Everything that y'all didn't want to happen, BKFC, is getting ready to happen. Y'all tried it. Y'all really tried it. And all y'all did was y'all put Howard in a different mind frame, and y'all put Kai Stewart in danger. Kai is going to have to prove to Howard and then to the rest of us, because we'll all be watching, but them 2 will be living it. Kai is going to have to prove to Howard that he is the king of that division. If he doesn't, he can say goodbye to that belt. I doubt if he'll want to fight him after that. Even if Kai wins the fight by some crazy fashion. I'm just saying, in my mind, Howard's gonna have to come out there in his house robe and his slippers and his little sleeping cap and get straight out the bed, not be warm, ready, or nothing to lose this fight to Kai. And Kai, Miss Nikki, love you and respect you as much as she does any of her fighters. But baby, BKFC set you up for failure with this one. So you're gonna have to prove who you really are. It wasn't a fluke that you got that belt? Because if he take it from you, he keeping it. They're going to have to bring somebody from out of the States to take that belt from Howard if he takes it from you. So just know that. Just know that. I don't know what else to say to y'all. I do know that for every person that has been afforded a chance to fight on this last card of the year, one of the most talked about cards of the year, your ass better show up and you better put up. Because for as much as you want us all to talk good about you, will be the same way we talk about your ass not showing up and giving your all. I know I'll be one. I'm usually nice. The rest of them are not so nice. So I hope you guys are ready to put on a great, fantastic show for all this running around and pig sucking Mr. Feldman has done about this card. Y'all better be ready to put up or shut up. I'm spending a little bit of my damn Christmas money to watch this card, so y'all better put up or shut up. Somebody ain't getting a Christmas gift from Miss Nikki because I'm about to spend some. I'm about to spend somebody's gift money on y'all's fight card. And trust me, if I had my car back and was able to be at that fight, I would drive my ass to Utah just so I could remind y'all asses in person. So, with that being said, congratulations again to Captain Deadpool, Jared Warren, on his win over there in the UK last weekend. Congratulations, young man. You know what? You looked so relaxed. You looked so, it was like you was soaking up that energy they was giving you, that booing, all the booing, you know, because you was not from the hometown, you ain't even from the country, so they was booing and you was soaking that up. It was like energy to you, baby. I'm so glad you was able to take that negative energy and turn it into a positive. I'm so glad you had your whole team with you, Shift MMA. Congratulations to all of you guys, the whole team. Crystal, good looking girl. You look fantastic, baby. You look fantastic over there. That's why you show how we do, baby. But congratulations to Jared, because like I'm pretty sure a lot of people had already wrote that fight off. And I'm wondering if Mr. Christie was gooey in the middle because he was at home. I'm pretty sure they was showing him love. I'm pretty sure they had chocolate cake and vanilla cake and peanut butter cookies and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all day long for his ass leading into that fight. Yo, I didn't expect that fight. Man, it was kind of reminiscent, like from the walkout to how the fight just took place was so reminiscent of Reggie and Keith. I don't know why that stuck out to me. It just, everything just, it was just like I was deja vuing. I watched it. I was like, damn, that looked like a familiar face. That energy looks familiar. Oh, Lord. That knockdown looked familiar. Oh, Lord. That other knockdown looked familiar. Oh, Lord. The fight is done. That looked real familiar. So, yeah, like I said, for a lot of y'all, it won't happen until the night of the fight that y'all actually feel whatever that pressure is. It could have something to do with the fight and it could not. It just, I have seen y'all walk the catwalk and just watched all the energy float out of y'all. I have watched y'all walk the catwalk and watch a bunch of energy flow into y'all. So it can happen to the best of the best of the best. But what I will say one more again for y'all asses on this December 2nd card, y'all better shut up or put up. Y'all better put up or shut up, whatever it is. Bone rub on me, Charlene. Oh no, 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 no. Burr, 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 burr. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, my shark attack shirt from Zach Calvis. Yeah, y'all know who he is. One of the most entertaining fighters on the BKFC roster. That young man just comes and he's another fighter. That's what I'm saying. Because he puts on a good fight, losing is why they invite him back so much. We always hope Zach is going to win his fights. I think he goes into it wanting to win his fights, and he's one of those fighters that bleeds a lot. He likes bloody, messy fights, and that doesn't bother him. So that's why we get the exciting fights we get from him, whether he win, lose, or draw. You know, he's always exciting to watch. And then when you meet him in person, you wouldn't even think that that was him because he is so nice. He mingles with everybody. He talks to the crowd. He goes out. He takes pictures. He does everything. He is so fun to be around. He really is. And he's honest too. Like he's honest about who he is in his personal life. And that's refreshing. That's a good thing. Miss Nikki really likes that. I do. Because when I'm around y'all, I really am who I am. So for y'all to be who y'all are around me makes me feel even better. So I love y'all. Y'all so sweet. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm too. Miss Nikki has too much of that good energy for the mainstream, maybe. I don't know. But this is who I am. This is how I feel about what I do. I really enjoy this. I really love it. I love to do it in person. It is what it is. Anything I'll say to you from behind this camera, I will say to you to your face without hesitation. Trust me when I tell you. Yes. So, yeah, and that's because I'm not here to talk bad about anybody. So that's why I say anything I say about you, I can say to you. Not a problem at all. I don't know who or when I'm going to be doing an interview again. I've been trying to chase down Mr. Richardson. I'm gonna reach out to him again and see if he would like to come join Miss Nikki and have a post-fight interview. See how things are going for him as the new champion of that bantamweight division, and see maybe if he has anything lined up coming up at the top of 2024. How long will he be able to hold that belt? It's a lot of y'all that really wanted to get y'all hands on that belt. So with that being said, who's stepping up to the plate? Will it be Mr. Ryan Reber? Royal Reber? Will it be him? Will Mr. Dawson with his punk ass come up from 125 and try to get the belt now that Reggie doesn't have it? Yeah, I said it. And I still love you, Mr. Dawson. You all right, you cool with me. We good. But I know y'all do certain things. Y'all, and I'm calling y'all out on that shit. I'm just tired. I'm not overlooking nothing. If y'all do it, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it because you ain't want that smoke when Reggie had the belt. So don't be trying to come yelling at Mr. Richardson. You know what I'm saying? Like you really want that smoke with him. I don't know. Hey, and that'll be a great fight because both of y'all are MMA fighters, and your ass ain't really a true flyweight no more. You really ain't. You know you ain't. And if your ass is really breaking down to 125, I'm shocked and surprised because I know how they operate with them scales. So don't play. Do not play. Yeah. I want to see what y'all gonna do. So let's see. Oh, and let me just remind y'all one more again. Reggie Barnett Jr. is a free agent. That was his last contracted fight with BKFC. Take that. Take that. Take that. Run tell that. So for all my fighters, happy holidays to everybody. Yeah. Miss Nikki, love y'all. It's the holidays is always sometimes a sober time for people and their mental health. I will be returning, and I want to give y'all some information on some places that y'all might can call. Not might can call, like can call. You can call the National Suicide Hotline. You can call NAMI. There's a lot of places that y'all can call. So Miss Nikki is going to make it her business to make sure she collects that information for sure and come back and give it to y'all, because this is a very high time of the year for people to really be blue and feel alone and feel not loved, and we don't want anybody to be feeling like that. So we have to take care of each other, you guys and girls. So even though we talking mess to each other and talking mess about each other, we got to make sure that we still talking to each other. Yeah, still talking to each other, making sure everybody is okay. So if you know somebody who needs some help, don't be afraid to help them get that help. If you are a person that needs help, don't be afraid to get that help. Whether it's for your mental health, whether it's for drugs, whether it's for alcohol, whether it's from being a survivor of something traumatic that happened in your life. Don't be ashamed to get that help. When you get the help you need, you are a healthier and better and more productive person, not only to yourself, but to those around you. And nobody wears a jacket in Miss Nikki's book, whether you have mental health problems, whether you're an addict of something. Addicts come in many different shape, forms, and fashions, and they have many things to be addicted to. So it's not just drugs, it's not just alcohol. It could be gambling, it could be sex, it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? So nobody gets to wear a special hat in this class. We all here, we all need help. Let's help each other. So that's Miss Nikki, Fight His MMA. I gave y'all what I could tonight. I'll figure out in the next couple days if there's any more that I want to see. Just know Miss Nikki's birthday is coming up. Yes. And hopefully this week I'll get my car back. Hopefully. Yes. So with that being said, love, peace, and hair grease. It's been nice knowing ya.